Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video on fractions. So what exactly are fractions? They're numbers that look like this. So they have a number on top called the numerator, number on the bottom called denominator. This line here basically means divide. Fractions are just divisions. So the numerator, top number, tells how many things we have, and denominator tells us how many groups something was divided into. So this fraction 3 over 4 is like if I take this circle, so view this circle as one whole, and I'm going to divide it into 4 because the denominator's 4, and I have 3 of them. So basically, I have all of these 3 pieces. I have 3 out of 4. Think of this like a pizza. I've got 3/4 of the pizza. It means the pizza's been divided into 4 slices, and I have 3 of them. So here, 3/4 of the circle is shaded. But I said fractions are just divisions. 3/4 means 3 divided by 4. But 4 doesn't go into 3. 3 is less than 4. So what that means is that this number here is actually less than 1. This is less than a whole, as you can see from this diagram here. So if we go to our number line here, you've seen this before, the integers or whole numbers are in blue. Fractions like this lie in between integers. And remember, for the number line, it goes forever in both directions. That's what these 2 arrows mean. As you go to the right, numbers are getting larger. As you go to the left, numbers are getting smaller. So 3/4 will be somewhere between 0 and 1. It's to the left of 1 because it's smaller than 1. So here in between each integer, I have divisions 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions. So I'm dividing it into quarters. So this here will be 1/4 of the way between 0 and 1. This is 2/4 and 3/4 and so on. So when we get to 1, that would be a whole or 4/4. Now you can have more than 4/4. You can have 5/4 or 6/4 or 7/4. 2 wholes would be 8/4. But remember, from the number line, numbers to the left of 0 are negative. So this number here would be negative 1/4. Negative means it's to the left of 0 or smaller than 0. Then we have minus 2/4 and minus 3/4 and so on. So 3/4 is right here. So what we've done is between 0 and 1, we've divided it into 1, 2, 3, 4 segments, and we've gone 3 of those segments to get to 3/4. Of course, I could divide it even further. So for example, halfway between 1/4 and 2/4 would be 3/8. I could divide this into 8ths by dividing each of these segments into half. So this would be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and a whole is 4/4, 4 over 4, but you can also view it as 8 over 8. So what I want you to notice as well is that some fractions are greater than 1 or greater than a whole, like 5 over 4 is greater than 1 whole. So these fractions are called improper fractions. And we're now just going to look quickly at the different types of fractions. So, as I said before, there are different types of fractions. So 3/4, the fraction I went on about heaps, is a proper fraction because its numerator, top number, is less than the denominator. But I also showed you 5/4 or 5 over 4. Remember, this was sitting to the right of 1. It's actually greater than 1. It's an improper fraction. It's called improper when the numerator, top number, is bigger than or equal to the denominator. 5 is greater than 4. This is an improper fraction. So remember these symbols that we've learned before. When it's pointing to the right, it means greater than. So this says 5 over 4 is greater than 1. It's pointing to the right because remember, number line, as you go right, numbers get larger. And 3/4 is less than 1 because it's sat to the left of 1. Now 1 and 1/4 is actually the same as 5 over 4. This is a mixed number because it has an integer, a whole number part, 1, and it also has a fractional part. So improper fractions and mixed numbers are just different ways of writing the same number. These 2 here are equal. They're exactly the same thing. What we need to now go through is how to convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers. So if you start with a mixed number, you want to go to an improper fraction, all you do is follow these steps here. Probably sounds a bit complicated. So let's look at how we do it. So if we have 3 and 5/8 and we want to write as an improper fraction, you multiply the integer by the denominator. So this is the integer, the whole number. Denominator, number on the bottom. We go 3 times 8, and then we add the numerator. So 3 times 8 plus 5 is 29. That's our new numerator, and we keep the same denominator. 4 and 2 over 9. That is a mixed number. To convert to an improper fraction, 4 times 9 plus 2. So 4 times 9 plus 2 is 38. New numerator, and we keep the same denominator. So these two are the exact same number, just written in a different way. So how do you go the other way? Improper fractions to mixed number. Well, it's all about dividing, because remember this line here says divide. So this is 22 divided by 7. So 22 divided by 7 is 3. The remainder is 1. So that's our numerator, and we keep the same denominator. That's what these instructions mean here. So 58 over 11. 11 goes into 58 5 times. So that's the integer part. The remainder is 3, that's the numerator, and we keep the same denominator. So once again, these are the exact same number, same value, and everything. They're both equal to 5.272727. Goes on forever. They're both equal to the same thing, but they're just written in a different way. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.